What is up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. So this is the first time on the video again that I'm doing a workout after doing and winning the Yamamoto France Pro, which I'm very happy about. The comments I've gotten are just absolutely amazing, motivating. Now we're about 10 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, so the motivation is sky high. I just did my 30 minutes of cardio and my weight is actually still below the weight I'm allowed to weigh at the weigh-ins for the Olympia, 112 kilos. I weighed 111.7 this morning, so the shape is still very much there and it motivates me to no end. Calories have been increased by about 1,000 to 1,200 on top of my lowest calories that I had before. I'm very happy. Carbs have been going up, so in this morning I had some cream of rice and some Vayu final protein, but now since it's time to work out, we are going for Vayu Nitro X. Honestly, guys, this is the best pre-workout I've ever taken, and I'm not joking. I'm not gonna talk about the ingredients, but just 46 grams of a scoop size means they mean business. This is the regular Nitro, which is already amazing, but look at the size difference of this. That means that this has a certain amount of extra improvements on top of Nitro, but especially on top of other pre-workouts. So let's just put in the 46 grams, and it's a little earlier in the morning than usual, so this pre-workout is very welcome. And there's actually one of my favorite ingredients in here is extra salt. Very simple, but since there's extra salt in here, I don't necessarily have to add it to the pre-workout. And also the best thing is it tastes good. If you gotta add a lot of water, 500 mils to 46 grams, so it needs to taste good. Blood orange flavor. Let's drink this and get to the chest workout. Alrighty, guys, we are doing a chest workout, and the first movement is going to be the simple, slightly inclined bench press on the stiff machine. We're still going to do a D volume workout, a little bit more volume than before the prep, but you don't want to go back to the full volume because you still actually have to recover. I'm still kind of in a maintenance, maybe even a caloric deficit in total, so we gotta watch out with the volume. Recovery is important, and that has brought me the physique on stage, and I want to bring an even better physique to the Olympia, so let's warm up first. Full range of motion, even during the warm-ups, especially during the warm-ups, is very important. Then you already train your muscles to go through the full stretch and a contraction whenever possible. Here you don't have to fully contract or squeeze, but at least fully stretch. That's where most growth happens. So you keep that execution going up until the very last rep of the very hardest, heaviest set. And that way you'll grow the safest possible way and become the biggest version you can possibly be. 100 kilos, guys. One of the warm-ups, so every warm-up is 10 kilos more on each side, so 20 kilos in total. That's what I like to do for the first movement to ensure everything feels good, the joints, the tendons, the muscles, so you can really warm up and work up in weight. But the higher the weight is, the lesser the reps will be, to not take anything away from the actual sets where it matters, the working sets. That's 10 quality reps, guys. I could have done 11, but I don't want to go too close to failure now. Most muscle stimulus you already achieve 2 reps in reserve, so going to failure will add way more recovery that I need to have for the almost the same amount of stimulus. So let's just do this one again. This is actually one of our new fitted Vintage Genetics t-shirts, Crimson Vintage. Now available on the website. Check the link down below. And we're coming out with a lot more oversized clothing as well, but it's always nice to have one fitted shirt in your collection for those days where you want to show the pump with the shirt on. Alright, guys, time for working set number 2. We're doing 3 working sets in total. Let's see if I can match the first working set. I think it should be possible since now I'm eating more carbs And the carbs will allow you to, perform better later on in the sets and later on in the workout as well, as opposed to only giving your all in the first set and then without carbs you don't have energy for the next sets. But let's see. Still 10 relatively easy reps, could have done 11, but going too close to failure, as I mentioned, is not smart to do when we're literally not even a week, well, exactly a week after the contest. So you still, the first week, keep volume a little lower. Okay guys, the next one is going to be a chest press, so it's kind of the same as before the prep. You don't want to change too many variables right off the gate. So we always do one incline movement, one horizontal or flat movement, and one fly. We're first going to increase the volume there and then add another movement once I feel I can recover from all of those movements. But right now let's warm up a couple of times, not too many times because I already warmed up from the first movement. But this one feels great as well. Full range of motion, and this time full stretch and a contraction because these handles converge together, allowing for a good contraction. Let's go. Alright guys, time for the working set. It's time to fuel the muscles with the carbs. Now that I have more energy, we can actually use it to do this set with the maximum intensity, but still in a smart way, not to go past failure. Full range of motion, I always keep telling you guys this because that has brought me the Arnold and Yamamoto France Pro physique. Let's do this. Those were 12 reps, so 4 reps more than the previous set, which makes me very happy. Because in comparison, if I even lowered the weight on zero carb diet, I would still match the reps of the previous set even though it was lighter. So now the carbs actually represent an extra performance that I can use in the sets. So 4 more reps with only 20 kilos less on each side. That is still great performance, so I'm very happy. And now let's move on to the next movement. What you really want to feel here is, of course, a stretch, but also here a very strong contraction. If you don't feel a contraction, you're probably doing something not right in the execution and it's probably too heavy for you, so you want to lighten the weight to refill the squeeze in the muscle. Three working sets, 15 reps, chest is done. Let's move on to the side delts. Side delts, guys, I think it's very important to isolate them as well with a medium to light weight, not heavy, never heavy, because then you will use too much traps. You always will use the traps, but then your execution will be more tailored to using the traps instead of isolating the side delts. And after having done chest, the whole delts are warmed up anyway, so you might as well finish them off, which I've always done. And that's why I've created these delts without any separate shoulder day pretty much ever in my life. Maybe here and there I did some. You can check them out on my YouTube channel. They are viewed quite often because whenever I do them, you know, it's unique, but they're not part of my split. So this is the only movement I do with the rear delts and the back day, and that's it. Okay, so I just prepared the shoulder width tricep extension, as you can see, about shoulder width, ensuring the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder are aligned with the triceps. That gives you a very good stressor to the muscles without the joints and the tendons. And that is what you want, so warm up once, and then move straight to the working sets. The most difficult part is balancing your body, because the abdominals also have to keep you in balance. So that's where the shaking comes from. But feels very good, feels only in the triceps and nothing else. We always lock this lift. And mind-muscle connection is very important here. So if you do a push down, you go all the way up until you really feel the stretch, all the way down until you feel the contraction. If either of those are missing, either change the grip, change the way you're performing a movement, or lower the weight. Whew. That was the workout, guys. Feels very good. For chest, this will be the last deep volume workout. For example, normally I will be doing another tricep movement or a few more sets on the chest movements, one more set on the side delts, and the next time we'll do that. And still got legs and back to do one more deep volume session, and from there you'll ramp up the volume, of course depending on my recovery. And now, speaking of recovery, it is time for the post-workout meal. All right, we are now upstairs in the office above the gym, and I always take my post-workout meal with me to the gym to be enjoyed post-workout pretty much as quickly as possible, so I can get the rest of the meals in time as well. So here we have it, and let me reveal first the cream of rice. As you can see, nice and voluminous. 80 grams of cream of rice, a few strawberries in there, some cinnamon there as well. But this is the most important part. Well, the most delicious part. The protein. Even though it may not look like something delicious, this is whey paste. Delicioso. And you put that in the middle of there. So what I do, I put in 60 grams of ESN designer whey. Any chocolate flavor will do, but I've also tried strawberry white chocolate that also is delicious on top of cream of rice as well, with berries and strawberries and stuff, but I simply love the chocolate flavor. And I mix this as, for example, chocolate cookie fudge dough, and I add 60 grams of ESN designer whey, about 40 to 45 mils of water, mix it up, put it on top of here. But very important is that everything needs to be cold. So you prepare this beforehand and you add this to your meal, and then it is delicious frosting on top of your cream of rice, which is incredibly delicious. So I'm going to enjoy this right now and then go home and have the rest of the meals and see very cute Marley, Dexter and Lara, and be a nice family today. Anyway, let's enjoy this. Alrighty guys, we are home right now. I've actually eaten another cream of rice meal with delicious Vayu final protein, and now it is time to make my dinner with rice and also Marley's dinner. So let's check out what that looks like. So what we have right here is some delicious vegetables for both me, Marley and Dexter. For me, I have a little bit of shellfish. Gorgeous little fish right there. I think it's what it's called. At least it's a white fish, low fat, high protein. Here I have Marley's chicken and Dexter's vegetable burger. He likes it a lot, but we try to give him a lot of protein as well. In the morning he gets the high protein yogurt, of course, the quark, but he doesn't really like it for dinner. But whenever we can sneak in some chicken, we do. Here I have some extra protein for myself, some pulled chicken and some extra pumpkin and some cucumber. And here in the crock pot is the secret golden rice. Okay, so now the crock pot is done. Let's see the incredible results. Kaboom, look at that, guys. Whoops, but that's the golden rice. But anyway, let me just show you what all of this looks like when it is done. Kaboom, and this is the end result for my personal meal. Delicious cucumber, we have the pumpkin, we have the mixed vegetables, pepper, carrots, zucchini, the golden rice, and we also have the delicious white fish. Seems like a big plate of food because it is. I always like a lot of vegetables. Most of this is cucumber, by the way, so it's literally mostly water, but that's my volume trick. And the white fish is always very nice to quickly digest the protein. And the golden rice, of course, is now the addition which normally I didn't have. So I'm going to enjoy this a whole lot. So I'm going to have one more meal like this, and after that, the meal before bed will be the carbless meal. So I still have 2 meals without carbs during a workout day and 3 meals without carbs on a rest day, and that causes my weight to stay stable. And we already did an increase in carbs in the first few meals of the day and around the workout, so we're gonna see what my weight does. But right now my body is on fire. Post-competition hunger is real. I'm not food focused, but whenever I do make a meal, I like to add more volume, more vegetables, stuff like that, to make it more tasty, delicious, enjoyable, because, you know, I love to cook, I love food, and love nutrition. But anyway, guys, that was the video of today. Marty's about to come home with the children. She visited my grandma-in-law, and yeah, I was just getting to work here, and we're gonna enjoy this food, and I'm gonna keep you updated on the Olympia prep. Thanks once again a whole lot for watching, and do not forget to stay golden.